And we welcome you to R.A. Faginal Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College. It's Blue Jay basketball. Tonight, the Blue Jays play host to the Cardinals of North Central College. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome as we welcome you inside R.A. Faginal Hall alongside Gina Veneer, Mark Kruger. Delighted to have you with us here tonight. And Gina, although the Blue Jays are in the midst of a 6-game losing streak, they are playing hard all the way to the end. Perfect example Saturday night when they took North Park to overtime, but coming up short 80-74.
Well, they're looking for this game to really take home, Mark. They're on their home court here at Elmhurst. It's senior night. Good environment right now, and Coach and his Blue Jays are definitely looking for a win against the Cardinals.
As far as the Cardinals of North Central, they have been playing very, very well as of late, having won 5 of their last 6, 9 of their last 11, sitting in second place in the tough CCIW conference behind Augustana.
These two teams, Mark, talk about the rivalry. I mean, just tonight in itself, it should be a good atmosphere. These two teams coming from Naperville and Elmhurst, they always want to come out strong and competitive. Should be an entertaining game for sure.
All right, Blue Jay basketball coming up next. Starting lineups and the opening tip straight ahead right here on Blue Jay basketball. And we welcome you back to R.A. Faginal Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College as we get set for Blue Jay basketball in just a little bit. This is Elmhurst, our kind of town. Along with Gina Veneer, Mark Kruger, delighted to have you with us here tonight. And as a tradition here at Elmhurst, the final home game of the season, we'd like to recognize the seniors. And Gina, we've got 4 seniors tonight that we are recognizing tonight.
Yes, we are, Mark. The first one, the young man that you're seeing on your screen now, is Sean Fendley. Sean's in his first year with the Blue Jays. He transferred to Elmhurst prior to the start of this season, and boy, has he made a mark on this Blue Jay team. He's got 4 years of a collegiate career under his belt, totals of 815 points, 224 rebounds, 36 assists, 38 steals, 15 blocked shots. This season, Sean, he's battled an injury while appearing in only 14 games, including 2 as a starter. He's averaging 7.4 points and 3.7 rebounds per game. He's a graduate of York High School. He's the son of Mike and Julie Fendley, so a local boy, and that's Sean Fendley. This next boy you're seeing is Eric Ellingson. Talked to him during halftime of the women's game last night against North Central, and Eric is just the pure definition of a student athlete, Mark. He is involved on campus. He's academically sound, a great student, heavily involved in Greek life, and is the president of a fraternity on campus. So he knows the true definition of a student athlete. He's a 4-year letter winner here at Elmhurst, played in 50 career contests, including 14 as a starter. Totaled 105 points, 40 rebounds, 23 assists, 7 steals, and 1 block shot. He is averaging 2.6 points per game, a graduate of St. Charles North High School, and the son of Janet Ellingson and Steve Ellingson. So that is Eric for you. Now entering middle court, another senior here for the Blue Jays, Aaron Schroeder. He's a 4-year letter winner for Elmhurst, played in 50 career games, including 23 as a starter. 4-year totals of 269 points, 110 rebounds, 41 assists, 16 steals, and 7 block shots. He played in all 22 games this season, which is very impressive, including 3 games as a starter, averaging 5 points per game and 2 rebounds per game while leading the team in 3-point field goal percentage. He's a graduate of University High School and is the son of Tom and Joan Schroeder.
And what's nice about all 4 of these seniors is all 4 have contributed to the program this year.
Absolutely. It's not that you are, meeting guys that most of the time were practice guys, right, or, didn't see the floor a lot. All 4 of these young men were very active in this Blue Jay roster. Rounding up the seniors for tonight is Joe Acosta. Joe's a 4-year letter winner at Elmhurst. He appeared in 77 games, including 34 as a starter. Career totals of 272 points, 163 rebounds, 84 assists, 54 steals, and 3 blocked shots. This season, he started in 19 games for the Blue Jays, averaging 4 points per game and 3.5 rebounds per game. Also a local boy in Joe Acosta. He's a graduate of York High School, just down the street, and the son of Sergio and Patty Acosta. There are your seniors, Mark, in celebration of senior night here at Elmhurst College.
Well done. Once again, the 4 seniors, Sean Fendley, Eric Ellingson, Aaron Schroeder, and Joe Acosta. Well done, and congratulations to the 4 senior members of this Blue Jay basketball team. So we'll step aside and come back. Opening tip-off and the starting lineups, the Blue Jays and the Cardinals coming up next. And we welcome you back to R.A. Faginal Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College. This is Elmhurst, our kind of town. Along with Gina Veneer, Mark Kruger, glad to have you with us for Blue Jay basketball. The Blue Jays come into tonight's game with an overall mark of 7-15, 2-9 in the CCIW conference. As far as the visiting Cardinals of North Central College, 13-10 overall, 9-3 in the CCIW. We talked about the Elmhurst College Blue Jays coming off of an overtime loss to North Park on Saturday. North Central, its last game, also being involved in an overtime game, but they defeated Illinois Wesleyan on Monday night, knocking off the Titans in overtime. This is the second meeting between these two teams. They met back at Gregory Arena in Naperville back on January 26th, and North Central winning that ball game by a score of 76-58. They shot a blistering 67% from the floor for the entire game. They were 27 of 40. Unbelievable shooting. They outscored the Blue Jays points in the paint by 20, 42-22. So let's hope, Gina, that the Blue Jays can return the favor here at home.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mark. And one guy that the Blue Jays are going to have to tame after this North Central College basketball team has literally been on fire the past 2 months is a guy by the name of Landon Gamble. The last time these two teams met, he was one of 5 Cardinals to reach double figures in scoring. He had 25 points, so Gamble has got to be the guy that we at least try to double team here tonight.
That was a career high for him. He's only a freshman. And in that ball game, Deontay Foster had an outstanding game for the Blue Jays. He had a career high as well. He had 17 points, 13 of those 17 coming in the first half. So hopefully Deontay can continue his fine play here tonight.
Well, no surprise that he's in the lineup, Mark, so we'll see what he can do for round 2 against this competitive rivalry in the Cardinals and the Blue Jays.
Starting 5 for Todd Raridan and the Cardinals: Kevin Gillespie, Brian Evans, Derek Raridan. Gina talked about Landon Gamble, the freshman, and also Jack Burchett. He is also a freshman. So 2 freshmen in the starting lineup for the Cardinals. As far as the Blue Jays is concerned, Deontay Foster and James Robertson in the backcourt. Up front, it's Zach Boyd, Joe Acosta, and Steve Crane getting the start here tonight. And Gina, I think Coach Scher is going with Steve Crane because the last time these two teams played, Landon Gamble had a bunch of buckets easy inside, and maybe Steve Crane can add some bulk and keep him out of the lane.
Well, Steve is definitely the older out of the two in the competition between Gamble and Crane, but Landon, just a freshman, you mentioned it, out of Joliet, Illinois, 6'6", 240 pounds. I mean, this guy takes up a lot of real estate. As we know, Steve Crane does the same. So these two, for a matchup tonight, it'll be exciting to watch them battle it out.
Peter Uzanis, Craig Jeffries, and Bill Jacobson are your 3 officials here tonight. Tip controlled by the Blue Jays. Elmhurst in its home white jerseys, the Cardinals in their traveling red. And we are underway. Turnaround shot by Zach Boyd is no good, but gets the offensive rebound. New shot clock for the Blue Jays. Foster getting it down on the block to Crane. Steve goes baseline. His turnaround is short, and the rebound taken down by Burchett.
Well, right off the bat, a couple of missed shots. Wide open opportunities there for him, Mark, but now the North Central Cardinals going to take advantage of the 0 for 2 shooting there against the Blue Jays.
And Landon Gamble picking up where he left off the last meeting between these two ball clubs. He had 16 on Monday night against, in that win against Illinois Wesleyan. He had 10 rebounds as well in that ball game. Cardinals by 2 here in the early moments. Robertson penetrates, kicks out to Foster. And Zach Boyd loses it to Evans. Evans gives it up to Derek Raridan. This is Gillespie. Up top is Evans. Out of the left corner there's Kevin Gillespie. 15 on the shot clock here for the Cardinals.
Gillespie, bounce pass inside to Burchett. His shot is short, off the hand of Burchett. It will go to the Blue Jays. Deontay Foster walking it up for the Blue Jays as North Central picking up man-to-man defensively. Derek Raridan, last year as a freshman, Gina, outstanding season, just over 21 points per game. Numbers are down a little bit this year, but he's got a little bit more balance. A lot more guys can score.
As a sophomore this year, Raridan still impressive with a 13.6 point per game average out of Plainfield, Illinois. The kid, you know, they have a young roster, but they're doing well with the young guys that they have, and that's something that you can really develop on in the early goings of a season and kind of see how the team grows, and of course in the future, even years to come.
Yeah, no question about it. A very young team for North Central. Crane kicked the ball. He brings about 3 or 4 freshmen in off the bench, does Todd Raridan. It is a very, very young team. Brian Evans, one of the few seniors on the Cardinal team, will inbound it here as the officials are talking things over. Inside, the shot is no good by Raridan. Rebound to the Blue Jays. Here's Deontay Foster pushing it up for Elmhurst. Dumping it inside to Crane. Crane works his way in, has a shot blocked by Gamble, and a held ball situation. Possession arrow to North Central.
Well, there you go. You're kind of seeing the evidence between the battle that we anticipated between Gamble and Crane right off the bat, and a jump ball kind of doesn't win any battle between those two guys, but now North Central ball again.
But you know, Gina, I like what Steve Crane did. When he got the ball, he took it hard to the hoop, and even though it was a held ball, I like the way he went hard to the rim.
Well, that's something that Steve Crane has got to come out and do right off the bat. It's just kind of start a fire right away and not wait to get that passion going and the emotion as such a physically strong player that he is.
Here he is on the block. He kicks it out to Zach Boyd, drives from the elbow. No good, and the rebound to Brian Evans. 3 minutes have gone by. The Blue Jays still have not scored yet. Evans will bring it out. Picks up his dribble, looking for an outlet. Now finally gives it to Gillespie. Gillespie guarded by Foster. He'll fire up the 3-ball. It's no good. Another strong rebound by Steve Crane. Outlets it to Foster. Foster with a bounce pass to Zach Boyd. Bring it back to Foster. And Deontay will set up the offense here.
Well, without a doubt, this is the time where the Blue Jays need a basket, Mark.
Zach Boyd gives it to Robertson. 12 on the shot clock. Steve Crane, he'll pop out for the 3-ball and he'll hit. Whoa.
Well, we saw him try on the inside with no luck, and spots up on the outside. A nice smooth shot there by Steve Crane. And
breaking free at the other end, Landon Gamble as he goes to the left hand. 4-3 Cardinals. Crane overplayed a little bit that time, and Gamble got the easy bucket. Crane on the block, going to work on Burchett. It's no good. Burchett with the rebound. Still a good move down on the block by Crane. I think Coach Scher will take that every time.
Absolutely. He's looking for the energy that Steve Crane is putting forth right now. Just the Blue Jays need to kind of pick it up offensively. I think they saw success by just slowing it down, resetting an offense, and we'll see if they do it again the next possession.
Offensive foul on Jack Burchett. Nice job by Joe Acosta to hold his ground. First foul on Jack. Sean Fenley into the ball game for Elmhurst, as well as Eric Dornfeld.
Sean, one of the 2 seniors on the floor now, but just talking about Dornfeld, he's a sophomore for the Blue Jays, but he had a big game, Mark, against North Park. Though it was a tough loss for the Blue Jays,
yeah.
He had career-high 15 points, so a solid game for him. No surprise to see he's getting some floor time tonight.
Yeah, he's been starting as of late, but tonight Steve Crane getting the start. Foster looking to get around the screen by Dornfeld. Inside, it's knocked away. Gillespie coming away with it, and Elmhurst will commit the foul in the backcourt.
Well, it was definitely a good look to try to feed the ball inside there. Just a little bit of mishandling there by Dornfeld just into the game. he'll get it together, and that play will definitely come through next time.
14:46 remaining here in this first half. North Central leading by 1, 4-3. Mark Kruger along with Gina Veneer, glad to have you with us. Here's Raritan giving it up to Gillespie. Gillespie looking to get it inside. Instead, popping out is Brian Evans. Back to Gillespie. They get it inside to Gamble. His shot is good. Gamble is perfect, 3 for 3 tonight. He's got all 6 of the Cardinal points. 6-3 North Central.
Well, Gamble was, again, as I mentioned, a guy that has just been unstoppable all season long. And even as a freshman, he's definitely made his mark already.
Here's Foster. He'll spot up for the 3 ball and he'll hit.
Hey, if the 3 balls are going to fall, you might as well take them. That's all we've seen
right.
that have been successful shots out of the Blue Jays, both in Deontay Foster and Steve Crane behind the 3-point line, but whatever works.
Foster's 3 ties the game up at 6. Evans drives, he goes to the reverse and lays it in. Nicely done by the senior. North Central by 2 now, 8-6. Zach Boyd at the top gives it to Acosta. Fenley inside to Dornfeld. Dornfeld fades, back iron no good, rebound to Gamble. Here's Gillespie to Raritan. Back to Evans. And North Central will dip it down low to Raritan. His turnaround is good.
Nice turnaround spin move there by Raritan, pardon me. Just a nice move there.
North Central averaging just about 68 points per game. The Blue Jays 63 points per contest. Dornfeld on the block against Gamble. Here's Acosta. He drives into the lane, fakes. Little dipsy-do for 2.
All right.
Joe Acosta brings the Blue Jays to within 2 here. 12:40 remaining in this first half. Evans guarded by Fenley. Drives to the middle. Lost his footing a little bit and he traveled. Turn the ball over to the Blue Jays. Coming in for Elmhurst, Mike McCurdy, number 12. And also number 30, Justin Phipps. Phipps, a freshman out of LaGrange, Lyons Township.
Now, Phipps has been getting some playing time here in the late second half kind of this season. Mark Scheer finding a lot of confidence in Justin Phipps and the freshman. Hopefully he sticks around, as a lot of these guys have for their 4 years, just to kind of complete and actually truly contribute to a program. And just reminds me, you know, seeing a freshman in the lineup in hopes that he sticks around and is a true college athlete here and a big contributor to the program, as we saw tonight, recognizing the 4 seniors.
Gillespie. Into the game for North Central is C.J. Goldthree, one of those freshmen that we talked about that Coach Raritan brings off the bench. Goldthree has had some outstanding games this year as well, the freshman. Inside to Gamble, he leaves it short. Rebound to McCurdy. McCurdy pushing it up for the Blue Jays. Oh, tough bounce pass, but perfectly done. To Zach Boyd, counted and the foul.
Very nice connection there between McCurdy and Boyd. Boyd just hustling his butt down the court, getting an wide open left-handed side, and switches it up, takes it to the right side just to be sure. Zach Boyd always comes to play, and big players, Mark, come out in big games. I'll say it over and over again, but you can really kind of define what guys are going to be your go-to guys, and Zach Boyd has definitely been that all season long, and even last year as a sophomore he was that player.
The foul was on Brian Evans, his first. McCurdy looking to complete, or I should say Zach Boyd looking to complete the 3-point play, but he misses. Into the game, Brad Hallstein, another freshman for North Central, number 42. 6'8" freshman out of Normal West High School. Raritan up top, left wide open for the 3. You cannot leave him open.
Well, even with the hesitation, he sinks the 3-point shot. Blue Jays at least have to get a hand in the face to avoid that from happening next time.
It's a 3-point lead here for North Central, 13-10 as we come up on the 11-minute mark. Zach Boyd getting it inside now to Steve Crane. double team, back out to McCurdy. McCurdy penetrates, off balance shot, off the glass is good. And we've got a whistle here. Coach Scher talking to the, I'm not sure if it was a delay of game or if it was, what was the call there?
I'm not sure if the referee was confused as to if a timeout was called or not, but a nice view right there for you folks checking out Elmhurst Arcana Town broadcast. And the Mike McCurdy, nice backboard shot.
Yeah, breaking free down low is Brian Evans, and a couple of Blue Jays bumped him a little bit. Could have went either way. It looks like they're going to give Mike McCurdy the personal foul. It's his first. Second team foul, so Evans will trigger the inbound, and he gets it into Hallstein. Here's Gillespie. Raritan left wide open, and boy, oh boy, you're going to have to tighten up defensively on that guy. 15-12, Cardinals by 3. Phipps holding. Crane picks up his dribble at the free throw line. Finley will fire the three, and he'll hit.
With the utmost amount of confidence, Sean Finley doesn't even look back. Just the release of his shot, he absolutely knew it was going in and was going to get a head start on playing defense.
Oh, Crane with the block on Hallstein, but a foul is going to be called. It is on Sean Finley. That is his first.
Take a look at that foul there. Steve Crane coming in hard and lands hard. Boy, right on the tailbone. Definitely doesn't feel too good. And but the foul again on Sean Finley, which puts a Cardinal on the line.
Hallstein misses the first. Into the game for the Cardinals, number 4, Tyler Bantz, junior out of Sandwich, Illinois. Second free throw, also no good by Hallstein. Crane wraps down the rebound.
His hometown is making me hungry.
We are tied at 15. Phipps down low to the left hand and puts it in.
Well, Phipps, another guy on this Blue Jay roster that takes up a lot of space. He's a big boy. I mean, he's not terribly tall. 6'5" is tall, definitely. But his weight and kind of his body is just absolutely incredible. And that's exactly what you want, is a strong physical player on the floor in Justin Phipps. 230, Mark. He's a big boy.
He is big. And only a freshman. You saw Raritan hitting again from the outside to give the Cardinals, or to tie the game up at 17. 3-ball attempt. No good by Zach Boyd. Crane gets it back, and he puts it in.
Well, and Mark Scheer likes it so much, he's going to give these guys a break. Steve Crane, though, nice shot, great second effort to kind of regroup himself and be sure that he puts in those 2 points.
And that's exactly why he's in the starting lineup, to give them some bulk, some muscle, some more rebounding power down low, and a nice job by Steve Crane with that offensive rebound. Crane with 5 points. Let's take another look at that. The 3-ball attempt. See Crane battling over the offensive glass against a couple of North Central players and lays it in.
Well, every coach likes to see a strong rebounder, especially after a long miss, and Steve Crane did not give up, regrouped, and put the shot up himself.
Leading away for the Cardinals tonight so far, Derek Raritan. He has 9. He averages just about 14 a game. Landon Gamble with 6. Gamble over 13 a game as well for the Cardinals. As Brian Evans walks it up here for North Central, 19-17, Blue Jays by 2. Goal 3, the bounce pass to Burchett. And Raritan misses. Rebound coming down to Zach Boyd. 2-on-1 opportunity for the Blue Jays. Boyd, a little too strong off the glass, and Steve Crane went over the back.
Well, Crane was looking for almost what could have been an alley-oop opportunity, just a 2-on-1 there. Crane did a good job hustling down, and Zach Boyd, though, took the shot up himself. Good effort. Unfortunately, Crane is going to be charged with the foul.
Joe Acosta back into the game, as you see the over-the-back foul on Steve. Back in the game, Landon Gamble for North Central. 8:37 remaining here in this first half. So far, so good. Blue Jays by 2 here, 19-17 as the Cardinals throw it away.
It has been a good half mark, and just under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. A lot of back and forth, and definitely at this point, we're seeing that it's anybody's game. North Central coming to Elmhurst tonight, looking for the win. Sitting at second place in the CCIW conference, but after a win tonight for the Cardinals, they can solidify a position in the CCIW tournament.
Steps to McCurdy. Left baseline shot in and out. Tough break. Bance with the rebound. Quickly ahead. Gold 3. And he lays it in and he gets the roll. CJ with his first field goal, and we are tied at 19. Got a good ball game here at R.A. Fagenal Hall. Blue Jays and the Cardinals.
Well, and by no means is this just strictly an opportunity. Boom! Take it away, Mark.
Steve Crane with his second field goal from downtown. He's got 8. The lead is 3 now for the Blue Jays.
Well, now that the Blue Jays are ahead, it's kind of important to talk about the importance of the Blue Jays being able to, come away with a win here tonight. They're at home. It's their last home game. It's senior night. Emotions are running high. And everybody here is just rooting for these guys to come out on a positive note. Talking to assistant coach Harrigan before the game for the Blue Jays, he just mentioned that it's just about pride, coming out and playing hard and giving it your all, and knowing that, hey, for some of these guys, it's their last opportunity. You want to go out on a positive note.
Especially for these 4 seniors, Gina, and it looks like the Blue Jays, and a 5-second violation will turn the ball over to Elmhurst. And you're right, emotionally, I think they're a little bit pumped up tonight, and that hopefully will carry them to a victory here for the 4 seniors.
Well, they're doing a very good job kind of pacing and going along with this Cardinal team that at the beginning of this season, when the North Central team was playing non-conference games, they were struggling, 4-7 on a non-conference record, but boy, did they turn things around, 9-2 in the conference. And that just kind of goes to show, even with this freshman roster, boy, you can grow even in one season and turn things around.
Good balance for the Blue Jays. 7 different Blue Jays in the scoring column so far tonight. As a nice drive by Joe. Oh, they're calling an offensive foul against Joe. That's a tough call as he drove left baseline. See if we can take another look at it.
Yeah, Costa just...
He may have lowered his shoulder into the defender a little bit.
Just a bit, though. I mean, his over-aggressive character kind of comes out a lot of times, and kind of got the best of him there, but he'll get back and turn things around.
Here's Raritan, guarded by Acosta. Joe, one of your better perimeter defenders for the Blue Jays, and an offensive foul called. This one is going to be on Gamble. Landon Gamble's first. And back into the game, Deontay Foster for the Blue Jays as he replaces Mike McCurdy, who did a nice job for Coach Scher.
And Mark, just kind of mentioning McCurdy coming off the bench, and we've talked about it before, but just the idea of kind of letting a guy sit and perhaps not start. McCurdy is a guy that's definitely no stranger to the starting lineup, but kind of having him come off the bench, it may put a little bit more fire in this guy, in these guys, and that's exactly what Coach Scher is looking to do.
Here's Gamble, gets it inside the goal 3. He loses it to Joe Acosta. Acosta to Foster. Deontay takes it all the way to the glass. He made the bucket, but they're waving it off. What have we got here?
I think
I think they're calling Schroeder with the foul.
Yeah, something prior to the shot and prior to the drive even. Aaron Schroeder getting charged with his first personal foul.
Well, Coach Scher is absolutely beside himself.
Yeah, I can't blame him at this point.
No, I'm not sure what Schroeder did. Well, nevertheless, it's Cardinal basketball here. Here's Gold 3. Bounce pass to Gamble. Gamble makes the move, goes to the glass, count it, and he'll come to the line.
Well, that's a way that the Cardinal basketball team is just going to pick up momentum after taking advantage of the foul charge and coming down and having a 3-point play opportunity right in front of them.
Saw the move there by Gamble. Boy, Gamble off to another fine start. 8 points for him. The foul was on Joe Acosta now. That's Joe's second. Free throw no good. Coming down with the rebound is James Robertson. Coach Scher leaving Acosta in there for now with those 2 fouls as Foster's shot coming up short, and we've got a foul. Looks like Burchett is going to be called with the personal for North Central. His second. Zach Boyd coming back into the ball game along with Justin Phipps, and Acosta will sit down with those 2 personals along with Aaron Schroeder. Take a look at the replay there. There's the foul. And another whistle. As they get it into Deontay Foster. This foul is going to be on CJ Goldthry, his first.
Well, the Cardinals now up to 5 team fouls after you just saw that 5th one there.
How about that alley-oop to Zach Boyd? Beautifully done and one. And that foul is on Brian Evans, his second. 16 foul for the Cardinals. So Zach looking to complete the 3-point play, and he leaves it short. Ball goes out of bounds to North Central.
Here's an opportunity for you guys to take a look at the Zach Boyd play. Pretty pass, inbounds, in the air, off the glass. Nicely done. Perfectly
executed. Zach Boyd coming off of a 22-point performance on Saturday against North Park. Oh, the putback is good by Brian Evans.
Well, both of these teams, Mark, just back and forth right now. Elmhurst only up by a point. It's a good game so far, very tight.
It is. Zach Boyd dribbling, guarded by Evans, gives it to Phipps. Foster, down on the block is Boyd. Robertson, James is yet to get on track. Really hasn't had an open shot. One of your better Blue Jay outside shooters. Fading away is Dornfeld. It's no good. And we've got another whistle. And this one is going to go against North Central. I believe they're going to hit. Oh, wow, 32. That's Evans. That's his 3rd.
Yeah, Brian Evans picking up his 3rd personal foul. He'll very likely step aside probably for the remainder of this half, but I mean, now they're ranking up there, 17 fouls now. Blue Jays opportunity to get more free points.
Take a look at Todd Raridan in his 7th year as the head coach of the Cardinals. Mark Scher, 15 years at Elmhurst. Both outstanding coaches. Justin Phipps now to the line for Elmhurst. Well, they already gave Phipps the basketball, so they shouldn't have buzzed him in, but they will. It's Aaron Tickness.
And Evans will take a seat and probably find himself on the bench, as I mentioned before, the remainder of the first half, and a guy that you want to keep in your lineup for sure. He's a solid player, the senior, 6.6 points per game, but a little foul heavy there in the first half.
Phipps misses the free throw. North Central comes away with a rebound. It's the Blue Jays by 1, 24-23. 4:45 remaining here in this first half. Here's Goldthry on the near side, guarded by Foster. Trying to dump it inside. They bring it out. Here's Gillespie from behind the arc, guarded by Robertson. Gillespie gives it up. 8 on the shot clock. Gillespie trying to get it inside. They do to Gamble, and he lays it in.
So unfortunate, too, just because James Robertson, his effort on defense was outstanding there, just keeping in control there of Kevin Gillespie, not allowing an open shot, and unfortunately an inside shot became open.
We go back and forth now. The Cardinals with the 1-point lead. Robertson holding, directing traffic, and we've got a whistle. Looks like we're going to have a couple of fouls here. Aaron Tickness and Eric Dornfeld were battling, and they're going to give each of them a personal foul here.
Well, it just reminds me of last night's contest between the ladies, Cardinals and Blue Jays. The first half was at least 40 fouls in the first half for the ladies last night, so a lot of whistle blowing for last night's game as well, and we're kind of seeing a lot of fouls in tonight's game as well.
Well, you saw the Blue Jays try to alley-oop it once again to Zach Boyd, but it was picked off. Here's Raridan, guarded by Boyd. good matchup right there. Here's goal 3. Gillespie, bounce pass inside. Again, a block by Crane. Steve coming from behind with a huge block. Boyd had the 3, dished it off to Foster, but he walked. Well, Deontay Foster had the wide open 3, Gina, but he decided to penetrate, and he took one too many steps.
Yeah, sometimes you just get a little too excited when you have that open lane, but talking about the effort in Steve Crane that we've seen so far, points total of 8, but his effort on defense and offense is what's making him the unstoppable player tonight for the Blue Jays.
3:16 remaining, ball loose, Foster comes away with it, gets it off to Zach Boyd, and Boyd walked. Oh my.
Wow.
Just a little sloppy play out here right now as Mike McCurdy will come into the game to replace Foster.
Well, sometimes when you're on the floor and emotions are running high, your heart can skip a beat, especially seeing the wide open Steve Crane and knowing could really light the place up. Boyd and what kind of happened on the last possession in Deontay Foster, just getting a little too excited. They'll get in control.
Gamble spins, gives it to goal 3, almost threw it out, but a nice catch by goal 3. Goal 3 to Gillespie. Over here to the near side is Tickness. Raritan down on the block, makes the move. Pump fake, oh my! Zach Boyd with a hard foul as Raritan goes down to the floor. And there's nothing wrong with the foul, Gina.
Right.
It was just a hard foul.
Yeah, if you take a look here, Mark, we're looking at just kind of when he went up for the shot, and Boyd's momentum just brought him down along with Derek Raritan, and that'll put Raritan at the line for a couple of free ones.
9 points on the night for Derek Raritan, as Derek's dad, Todd Raritan, calling a timeout here. Full timeout taken with 2:46 remaining here in this first half. And well, at times the Blue Jays have played well, but of course the last time, Gina, we talked, North Central shot 67% from the floor. They're not shooting that well tonight.
No, they're really not. Blue Jays doing a good job playing defense, and kind of from what we've seen in this first half, I'm very impressed with their defense. They are trying. Their effort is so good on offense, and we'll take a look at a replay here. Kind of the ending of that foul committed by Boyd there, that last call, but kind of outside of that foul and just looking at the defense that the Blue Jays have implemented here against this tough Cardinal team, I think they've done an excellent job in the first half, and I think that the scoreboard is very evident of that.
Zach Boyd in that last play pretty much saying, hey, if you're coming into the paint, you're going to have to pay the price.
Yeah, he was just he was definitely making sure that Raritan wasn't able to get an extra three-point play opportunity, really. Zach Boyd, an aggressive foul there.
Well, Raritan had that nice head fake and got Zach up in the air, and Zach said, hey, you know what? You're going to have to earn them from the foul line. You're not going to make this field goal.
Right. Boyd's first personal, team 10th. But just under 3 minutes to play here. Fouls may not be too much of something to talk about in the first half, but I think that the Blue Jays and the Cardinals have proven the rivalry to exist, and both of them coming to play tonight.
The Blue Jays after tonight will have 2 more games. They'll be on the road. This Saturday they'll be at Wheaton, and then next Tuesday they'll be in Decatur to take on the Big Blue of Milliken. The first free throw is good by Raritan. As far as the Cardinals of North Central is concerned, they will finish up the regular season this Saturday hosting the league-leading Augustana Vikings.
Yeah, it should be a good game, and as mentioned before, the Cardinals have a solid grip on second place in the CCIW standings, turned around their season 9-3 in their CCIW record, won 5 of their last 6. And again, with a win tonight, they're securing a trip to the tournament.
Finley up top here as North Central leads now by 3 after the 2 Raritan free throws. 27-24. 2:25 remaining here in this first half. Crane making the move, and as he made the move, a blocking foul is going to be called on Tickness. That's Aaron's second.
Well, not that there was much of a lane there to work with, but I like the efforts in Steve Crane just kind of taking it anyways, hoping that whether or not he can get a shot up, at least try to get a foul, and here he is on the free throw line in that effort.
And the officials blowing the whistle after they handed the the shooter, the basketball. They're figuring out if it's a 1-on-1 or 2 shots. It looks like it's a 1-on-1 situation here for Steve Crane. Steve with 8 points, couple shots from downtown, misses that free throw. The rebound grabbed by Gamble. It's a 3-point lead for North Central. 2:15 remaining here in this first half. Here's Raritan. Goal 3. Bounce pass, and it's stolen by Steve Crane.
Elmhurst getting exactly what they needed, and that was a stop on defense.
Good position defensively by Crane to come away with a steal. And speaking of steals, Gamble comes away with it for North Central. Gives it to Gillespie, Gillespie to Raritan. Gamble holding up top. This is goal 3, guarded by McCurdy. Raritan trying to break free. They dump it inside to the left hand. Nicely done is Tickness.
Well, from what could have been a big stop there on defense and turned into something on offense. Now, Cardinals ahead by 5, and that's something you can't have happen right before the half. You got to get your momentum up, and Coach Scheer's going to do a little bit of troubleshooting now after he calls the timeout.
Yeah, and that's exactly why Coach Scheer called that 30-second timeout, Gina, trying to regroup. This is a huge bucket before the break as they find themselves trailing now by 5, the Cardinals' biggest lead of the night.
Well, the Elmhurst College Blue Jays doing a good job taming this Cardinal team, but we'll take a look here at the replay. Nice pass in there. Good effort there by the North Central College Cardinals just to kind of continue to get ahead here before the halftime runs in. But again, great efforts between these two teams. Both teams coming to play, and that's proof of that by the scoreboard, doing a good job on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, for the most part, I think the Blue Jays have done a pretty nice job defensively. I mean, Landon Gamble has gotten his points. He's got 10. Derek Raritan has made a couple of tough shots. He's got 11. So those are your 2 main guys for the Cardinals that you want to focus on in the second half.
Right, and as far as for the Blue Jays offensive roster right now, everybody's being a contributor, but somebody needs to step up and be a bigger contributor and kind of become the star of this game. Well,
Crane got it down low, and immediately he was triple teamed. And we got a held up ball situation. The possession arrow goes to the Blue Jays here. 1:12 remaining, 13 on the shot clock. Here's Fenley in the left corner, up to McCurdy. Faking the 3 was Acosta, tried to shuffle it inside to Crane, and he lost it.
Well, just kind of a late look there to Steve Crane. Could see him definitely in his vision, but a late pass, just a mishandling there and a miscommunication.
Under a minute remaining, first half. Raritan looking, popping up top Gillespie. He was wide open for the 3. Now he will take it, no good. Fenley with the rebound, and we've got a whistle and a foul.
Well, somebody's going to be shooting, and it looks like it's going to be the Blue Jays.
Follows on Aaron Tickness, that's his 3rd. And the Cardinals over the foul limit here. Double bonus time, so Joe Acosta will shoot 2 here for the Blue Jays. First time to the line for Joe. Misses the first.
Joe Acosta, one of the 4 seniors celebrating his last night in a Blue Jay uniform at home. Joe has been a dedicated player to the program, and a guy like that Coach Mark Scheer would of course want on his roster. A hard worker, and has just proved his improvement year after year, Joe Acosta.
Acosta misses both free throws. There's about a 10-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock here. Gillespie's guarded by Fenley. Popping up top is Tyler Bance. Now it's goal 3. Gillespie, 6 on the shot clock. Gillespie trying to break free. Tried to bounce pass it inside to Gamble, and they threw it away.
Well, now is the opportunity, Mark, and it's right in front of him in the hands of the Blue Jays. Instead of making it a 2-possession game, it's their chance now to turn it into a 1-possession game right before the half.
Driving is McCurdy, throws up a wild shot, but he knew he was going to get fouled.
Yeah, that is true. He knew he was going to find himself on the foul line, and that's something Mike McCurdy does so well. He is not afraid to use his his speed, really. You'll see it here again on the replay. Mike McCurdy driving in, uses his speed, finds a lane, takes it to the left side, and gets fouled. He'll sink that shot. Still, however, a 2-possession game, but after this shot, if it's successful, can turn it into a 1-possession game here right before the half.
CJ Goldthry picking up the personal foul. That's his second. Fouls piling up here for North Central. We'll see if that becomes a factor late in this ballgame. Second free throw also good by Mike, and it's 29-26. Blue Jays need to stop here. Final 3 seconds of the half. Raritan fires up a 3-ball, and it's no good. The rebound comes down to Zach Boyd, and we have played one half of basketball here from R.A. Faginal Hall in Elmhurst, and the Cardinals leading it by 3, 29-26. A little bit of a flurry by the Cardinals in the last couple of minutes, Gina, but still, the Blue Jays are hanging tough.
I think down the stretch, especially in that last minute mark, we saw Elmhurst kind of get their focus together after Coach Mark Scheer called that timeout, got his guys together and said, very likely said, look, we got to tame this team this last minute of the game, go into halftime, be able to take a break, realize what North Central is putting on the floor, and let's stop it here in the second half.
Cardinals by 3 here at the break. We'll take a timeout and come back to R.A. Faginal Hall. Elmhurst, our kind of town. It's Blue Jay basketball. We'll be back. Welcome back to R.A. Faginal Hall. This is Elmhurst, our kind of town. Blue Jay basketball at the break. It's the Cardinals by 3, 29-26, and we've got some first half highlights for you. And Gina, Steve Crane hitting it from downtown.
Yeah, starting off with a 3-pointer there. The first 3 points of the game, Steve Crane showing he's a threat on the outside perimeter.
Landon Gamble down on the block. He had a huge first half, 10 first half points for North Central.
To add to the 3-point total, Deontay Foster putting one up behind the 3-point line, sinks that one.
And Brian Evans, who had 3 first half fouls, a little hesitation move, going to the reverse. Nicely done right there.
Now this next one, you're going to see Mike McCurdy just having a strong connection here with Zach Boyd. Nice bounce pass, one-handed reverse layup. Zach Boyd for 2.
Well, more Mike McCurdy, an off-balance lean-in shot, goes to the glass and gets it to go.
And here's Landon Gamble for the North Central College Cardinals, taking one up on the right side. And again here, showing he's a threat from the left side, but not too much. Steve Crane, big block right there.
And then the Cardinals dumping it down low, and the easy bucket there by Aaron Tickness. And that is your first half highlights here as we take a look at the first half numbers. North Central shooting the ball 13 of 23. Pretty well, Gina, 56%. The Blue Jays, not too bad, 10 of 24, 42%. Both teams with 15 rebounds. Turnovers fairly even. Elmhurst with 10 first half turnovers and North Central with 9.
Well, we just by reading those numbers yourself, Mark, and taking a look at kind of some interesting statistics from the first half. Bench points, Elmhurst 9 to North Central's 4. The score was tied, just to kind of show the battle between these two teams. The score was tied 5 times and a 4-time lead change. So the difference of the lead came 4 different times, and the largest lead for North Central was only by 5. And Elmhurst in the first half, around the 8-minute marker, had a lead of 3, and that was their largest lead. So nobody has really gotten a heavy margin on the other team, or really a true domination really in the first half. So this second half will be the true test as to which one of these teams will come out on top. There you're kind of getting a good look of Coach Warner, the women's basketball coach. They took on North Central College last night, defeated the Cardinals by 5. It was my rookie debut for play-by-play, Mark.
And I heard nothing but rave reviews.
Oh, yes, I can only imagine. I was very honored to just be able to get the opportunity, and of course, it's so much nicer, and I will never take a partner for granted in the broadcast booth. That is for sure.
Cardinals turn the ball over here to start the second half. Both teams, by the way, with their starting 5 out there to start the second half. Zach Boyd dishing it out to Robertson. We'll see if James can get on track here in the second half. He was held scoreless in that first half. Foster gives it up to Zach Boyd now. Here's Robertson. 13 on the shot clock. Costa in the left corner. Joe drives. Crane goes in strong and lays it in.
Well, Crane now up to double digits on his point total for the night. He's at 10. He was the only guy in the first half to have, well, he was the highest lead scorer in the first half with 8, but I mentioned it before, somebody else, and it could be Steve Crane, has got to step up and just dominate in the second half.
Evans bounce pass, tried to get it to Gillespie, but Foster walked with it. Points in the paint now, North Central with 18, Elmhurst with 14, so the Blue Jays are hanging with them down low.
A lot of times, Mark, it just takes a spark from one guy to really get things going and roll the offense out and kind of be a major threat. That way a double team opportunity could take place and a whistle here on the floor. Another
5-second violation as Evans could not get it in bounds, so Blue Jays will have the ball. 19:04 remaining in this ball game.
Well, I think the importance of Steve Crane coming in strong right at the start of the second half, putting in quick 2 points up, putting them now only down by 1 point, and now another opportunity here on offense.
Zach Boyd pulls up from 15 and he hits. 6 now for Zach, a little 4-0 run for the Blue Jays, and Elmhurst takes the lead now, 30-29. Steve Crane goes to the floor, and an offensive foul is going to be called on North Central, and that's going to be on Gamble, his second.
Well, now is the time, as we've been seeing in the early goings of this second half, Marks, for the Blue Jay basketball team to just take advantage of all that's given to them, whether or not it's a simple foul call, you know, a simple mistake, a fundamental mistake by the Cardinals. You got to take advantage of it and do something with it.
All right, here's Zach Boyd, brings it up to Foster. Crane goes down on the block now, guarded by Burchett. Robertson holding on the near side, looking to get it inside to Crane. 7 on the shot clock. Crane will fire up the 3, way off the mark, and it's tracked down by Gillespie. Shot clock winding down that time. Near steal by Crane. Gamble with a nice bounce pass to Burchett. He laid it in. Well, Crane over pursued that time, and the Cardinals took advantage.
Well, and the Cardinals did a good job there finding Burchett, but they didn't necessarily do a good job. As you mentioned, he didn't have any points in the first half, but his first 2 points coming right there.
Strong move again inside by Crane, but a little too strong off the glass. Burchett holding up top now. Raridan will spot up for the 3 ball, and he will hit. Raridan with 14.
Well, with what was an Elmhurst lead by 4, has just quickly turned into a Cardinal lead by 4 points.
Acosta picks up his dribble. Here's Foster holding up top. Now it's Crane. Robertson drives, pulls up from 15. No good. Off the fingertip of Burchett. It will remain Blue Jays basketball. Take another look at it here. So you see the effort there by Burchett, but off his fingertips. New shot clock for the Blue Jays.
A little closer to those cheerleaders, it could have been a domino effect there caused by Burchett. He's a big guy.
Dornfeld into the ball game, number 42 on the block, replacing Crane. They're trying to get it inside to him. Instead, it's Foster with an open 3-ball, and he connects. Deontay Foster with 6 brings his Blue Jays to within 1, 34-33.
Big shot there by the sophomore Deontay Foster, adding to his point total tonight.
Raridan drives, and a blocking foul will be called on Foster. Deontay's first. And this guy, you do not want to come to the free throw line. Todd Raridan is an excellent free throw shooter. Take another look at the foul on Foster.
Foster just getting caught up with Raridan. You mentioned earlier the coach's son, a guy that's been here for 7 years. His dad, the North Central College coach, before his North Central career as the head coach. He was a Division III coach at Nebraska Wesleyan, another Division III program, before coming to Naperville, Illinois, and taking charge of the Cardinals.
Another one of his sons, Mitch, is an assistant coach, played here at North Central. As Derek hits both free throws, Derek out of Neuqua Valley. Head coach Todd Sutton does a great job. Great high school program out there in Naperville.
It's a kind of a cool legacy story between the Raritan boys. It's neat to see the tradition in that.
Right. Foster, here's Zach Boyd up at the top. Popping out is Fenley. Inside to Dornfeld, lays it in. Nice job. Dornfeld with his first 2 points of the game. Blue Jays are within 1. 36-35. 4 minutes have gone by here in the second half. Evans looking. Drives, kicks it out to Gillespie. Interior pass to Raritan, and he'll back it out. Bounce pass to Gamble, and he lays it in. Boy, Landon Gamble, when he gets the ball on the block, almost unstoppable.
Absolutely. In the first half, he had double-digit points at 10, and now already here in the second half, Gamble is making an effort to add to that. He's got 12.
And only a freshman. One of the many young players on this North Central team that we talked about. And a kicked basketball. It will be Elmhurst ball. Justin Phipps, speaking of freshmen, back into the game here for Elmhurst. 15:23 remaining. North Central by 3, 38-35. Foster will spot up for another 3. This one is no good, and Phipps knocked it out of bounds.
Well, Foster, a good look there in the corner for the three-point shot. However, kind of an awkward location. He knew he had an open shot and was successful. He's hit 2 so far tonight, and you'd like to see him continue to take those shots and hope for some success in the future in this second half of the game.
Burchett. Cross-court pass to Gillespie, inside to Gamble, and again an easy layup. Landon Gamble now at 14. And Steve Crane quickly to the scorer's table.
Yeah, and that's something you're not surprised to see, getting Steve Crane back in here. Very likely not only for his offensive efforts, but Mark, for his defensive efforts. And after you've seen Gamble kind of take his own reins in the approach to take control of this game in the second half, he's the guy that you have to stop here.
Coach Scher calling a timeout to get Crane into the ball game as we take another look here at that last bucket inside by Gamble.
And Landon Gamble doing a nice job the last 2 possessions for the Cardinals to put up an easy layup in the lane. And finding him in the lane, you can almost guarantee 2 points, maybe even a 3-point play opportunity when Gamble gets the ball.
Well, the thing is, too, Landon Gamble has 2 fouls. So if you can maybe get it inside to Steve Crane and have him go to work, and maybe have Gamble try to pick up his 3rd foul to get him out of the game.
Could be another kind of a way to bring Steve Crane and use Steve Crane to his full potential in that. You know, we talked about at the beginning of the game, the battle between Crane and Gamble that we were likely to see tonight. And I know that when this game gets even tighter and down the stretch, you will continue to see that battle between those 2.
Landon Gamble with 14 points. The game's high scorer is Derek Raritan. He has 16. Steve Crane, the lone Blue Jay, in double figures. He has 10.
You know, good fan attendance tonight.
Yeah, good crowd on
Mark,
hand here tonight.
Senior night, they had some entertaining halftime festivities. And
oh, that was great. Listen to those old Grease songs, huh?
It's neat that they do that and also recognize the senior dance members and cheerleaders and all that contribute to what makes this environment such a fun one here. And we're glad that you joined us.
Paul Crone, the athletic director, Kevin Jude, the sports information director. They do a great job here at Elmhurst. Fenley, he'll fire up a 3-ball in and out. Tipped, no good. Battle for the rebound. North Central comes away with it. Boy, that 3 by Fenley, that was halfway down, Gina. Just came out. Evans drives baseline, kicks it out to Gillespie. Now Gillespie drives, takes it all the way, leaves it short. Oh, Fenley got nailed by Gillespie on the side of the head. Kevin's first.
Foster did a good job kind of coming around and helping on defense there just to kind of put pressure on Gillespie to avoid him putting up an easy shot.
Like the energy tonight by the Blue Jays. They're in this ballgame only trailing by 5, and there you see the shot to the side of the head. Zach Boyd up top is Phipps. See if they can get inside to Crane. Well, he gets it at the free throw line. Now makes the move on Burchett. Cannot get it to go, but he was fouled, and Crane is coming up slowly.
Yeah, kind of did a roll around there. Not sure if he tripped up on his ankle. Crane at the line now, Mark.
Yeah, Burchett picking up the personal foul. Let's take another look at it here. That's Burchett's 3rd. So Steve Crane will have 2 free throws here.
Well, if anybody can put a decent amount of defense on Steve Crane, it would be Burchett. He's the 6'6" freshman out of Mokina, Illinois. Went to Providence Catholic, but does a good job on defense, especially against a 6'7" guy in Steve Crane.
Crane 1 for 2 from the foul line. He's got 11. It's a 4-point lead for North Central, 40-36, 13:55 remaining. Here's Gillespie in the front court, guarded by Foster. Raritan at the top, now veers off to the left. Bounce pass into Gamble. Gamble, count the bucket and the foul. Phipps came over from the weak side to help out, but he came over just a little bit too late. And Steve Crane picking up the foul. That's Steve's 2nd.
Well, that certainly got the Cardinal bench kind of sparked up and fired up after that one. Gamble doing a good job for his Cardinal basketball team. And one thing that the Blue Jays have to do, take a look at this replay here. Gamble, of course, a solid player on the inside, and now shoots the free throw. Makes that a 3-point play for the Cardinals. And this is the time right now for Mark Scheer and his Blue Jays to stop what's going on with the Cardinals. No more run can really take place by the Cardinals in order for the Blue Jays to stay in this game. And now is the time, really.
17 points on the night for Gamble. 43-36 Cardinals. Foster penetrates, has it slapped away and stolen. Here's Evans in the front court. Gamble reached in and stole it. Raritan from behind the arc. Up top is Gillespie, left wide open. Now Foster comes up on him. Burchett drives and he walked. 13-17 remaining in this one. So we mentioned the final home game of the season for the Blue Jays. 4 seniors: Joe Acosta, Sean Finley, Aaron Schroeder, and Eric Ellingson.
Well, outside of Sean Finley, those 3 seniors have been here for all 4 years.
Yeah.
Sean Finley, kind of an untraditional student, but came in and really made an effort to make his mark his last senior year.
Oh, Robertson left open, and he nails the 3. Big bucket there by James, and to bring the Blue Jays to within 4.
Oh yeah, his first point of the game couldn't have come at a better time, and James Robertson, nice to see him getting active on the points and on the scoreboard.
Raritan, guarded by Zach Boyd, picks up his dribble. Now a bounce pass into Gamble. Oh, a little give and go to Raritan, leaves it a little bit short. Gamble with the putback, has his shot blocked by Zach Boyd, but I believe they're going to hit Zach with the foul. Indeed, it is on Zach.
Zach Boyd just kind of getting a little too aggressive. You'll see it here. Right there against Gamble, but doing a good job, good effort in there by Zach Boyd. However, picking up his 2nd personal foul.
3rd's team foul. Landon Gamble back to the foul line. He's 1 of 2 from the foul line tonight. Now make it 2 of 3.
McCurdy back for the Blue Jays, along with Aaron Schroeder.
18 points to lead all scorers for Landon Gamble. The last time these 2 teams met, Gamble had a career-high 25. Another fine performance tonight by Gamble as he hits both free throws.
CJ Goldfree in for North Central. Steve Crane checks in for the Blue Jays.
Goldfree into the ball game now. Burchett will have a breather here. 12:20 remaining. Cardinals by 6. Schroeder into the game, number 32 for Elmhurst. Crane on the block. This is McCurdy. Popping up Robertson, fake the three. Nice bounce pass inside to Crane. And we've got a foul before the drive. Good execution that time by the Blue Jays. Oh, Brian Evans with the foul. That is his fourth. Let's take another look at it here, Gina.
Steve Crane getting knocked around in tonight's game. Physically taking a beating.
So he's going to have to sit down with those 4 fouls. Eric Tickness into the ball game, number 30. McCurdy left wide open. Can't get it to go, but Zach Boyd snares the rebound. And Robertson is fouled by Gillespie.
Well, that'll be their 5th team foul in what now has turned into a technical foul.
Oh, Coach Raridan challenging that call by the official, and he got teed up.
James Robertson now on the line for the Blue Jays.
Well,
we'll take a look at what caused it, Mark.
Yeah, well, not much contact there, but nevertheless, the Blue Jays will take it.
Absolutely. James Robertson in a court all on his own now, taking the free throw shots, and of course after this, we'll get another one. Seeing a little conversation there between Todd Raridan and the referee that made the call.
Yeah. Robertson hits the 2 free throws. And so now the Blue Jays will get the ball.
2 free shots, a possession. Blue Jays are happy right now, especially if they can turn things around right now and put themselves back into a closer mark with this Cardinal basketball team.
Right now, it's a 4-point Cardinal lead, 45-41. Robertson pops out. Schroeder to McCurdy. Inside to Crane. Crane looking out to Zach Boyd. Inside to Crane on the block. Crane double teamed immediately. Someone's got to be open. Here's McCurdy. Spins in the lane. And a foul called before the shot by McCurdy. And it's going to be on Goldfree, Gina. I'm sorry, that's Goldfree's 3rd.
Oh yeah, 3rd personal foul there for Goldfree, and Mike McCurdy staying active, making sure that he's contributing here in the second half of this game, and he's done a good job so far. What you noticed, Mark, was when Steve Crane had the ball, somebody had to be open. Mike McCurdy did a good job kind of running around the floor and getting himself open, however missing that shot. But now within 4 points, 11 and a half here to play in the second half. Still got a ball game on our hands, folks.
17 fouls for North Central, so the Blue Jays will be shooting the rest of the way here. 11:24 remaining.
And that is something that could be a huge break for the Blue Jays. We got to get the free throw percentage even higher here at home tonight and take advantage of the fact that this Cardinal team has got 7 fouls.
Well, down on the block, it's Gamble and Schroeder battling, elbowing each other, and it looks like they're going to hit Aaron Schroeder with the personal. That is his 2nd. It's only the team's 4th.
All right, there's a lot of time left in this game, too, and 14 fouls is okay to sit on right now. Just kind of try to limit them throughout the rest of tonight's contest.
Gamble gives it off to Tickness, and he is fouled as he takes it up strong. Joe Acosta with the personal. That's Joe's 3rd. Let's take another look.
Acosta picking up his 3rd foul there.
It looks like, Gina, it looks like whenever Gamble gets the ball on the block, he is immediately going to get double teamed. Much like at the other one, when Steve Crane gets the ball on the block, he immediately gets double teamed.
Yeah, which is going to lead, you know, to somebody being open.
Right.
And that's when, you know, when guys get tied up and your star players or whoever is really dominating the ball game, if they're the ones that are being heavily defended, then the ball kind of is in somebody else's court, and somebody else has to step up and allow themselves to get open and help out the guy that's double teamed, really.
Tickness makes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. It's now a 5-point Cardinal lead. 11 minutes remaining. McCurdy inside to Schroeder, makes the move, and a foul called on the arm as Schroeder took it up, so Aaron will come to the line here to shoot 2.
It's nice to see Schroeder in the game. Take a look at his effort here on the shot. Can't get it to fall, but he will go here for the free throw attempts. But Schroeder, one of the 4 seniors in tonight's senior night celebration.
and cannot get the first free throw to go as we see Jack Burchett, freshman, coming back into the game. Yeah, you mentioned it, Gina. The Blue Jays are going to have to hit their free throws here. 10:49 remaining. Trailing by 5 here. Second one by Schroeder. Is good. First point of the night for Aaron. And it is now a 4-point Cardinal lead, 46-42.
Well, after any foul committed by the Cardinals, it's the Blue Jays who really have an opportunity to take advantage of any mistake made.
And another whistle. See who this one's on.
I think it's going to be on Crane.
Yeah, you're right. That's Steve's third. Just noticing Joe Acosta has been on Todd Raritan here the last couple minutes, and he's done a nice job defensively on him. Let's take another look at the foul there up top by Steve. So he's going to go to the bench now with those 3 personal fouls. Dornfeld into the game, number 42 for the Blue Jays.
Well, I don't anticipate Crane to be on the bench for too long. However, give him a breather. You know, he's committed 3 fouls. You can't have him committing any more, really.
Phipps into the game as well. Blue Jays with the steal. Here's Joe Acosta. Acosta drives, kicks it out. Wide open 3, McCurdy, yes!
Nice gentle release there by Mike McCurdy. Wide open 3-point shot, and that will remind the Cardinals to not leave him open next time in the wide 3-point opportunity.
30-second timeout taken by Todd Raritan, and I like how Mike McCurdy took his time, got his feet set under him, and as you mentioned, beautiful rotation, fired at home. McCurdy now with 7, and the Blue Jays are back to within 1 at 46-45.
Just over 10 minutes, and we're going to see Mike McCurdy with that smooth release there, number 12, right behind the 3-point line. Cheerleaders excited. James Robertson there in the corner excited. And there's a look at your Elmhurst College Blue Jays cheerleading squad.
5 different Blue Jays hitting from downtown tonight. Foster, Robertson, Fenley, Steve Crane, and also Mike McCurdy hitting from behind the arc. Blue Jays shooting the ball fairly well here in this second half. 10:13 remaining.
They are shooting well, Mark. You mentioned it, the 3-pointers seeming to fall, and if that's going to be the case, we saw it in the very early goings of the game in the first minute or two. The Blue Jays only kind of scoring their points from 3-pointers, but hey, we'll take it, and you've got some guys that are able to shoot the ball.
Raritan gives it up to Gillespie. 18 on the shot clock. Bounce pass into Gamble. He has it stripped and a foul. Joe was behind him. Joe Acosta was behind him. And they are indeed giving it to Joe. They say he may have elbowed him a little bit from behind.
Well, unfortunately, after that foul by Acosta, not only is it his 4th personal foul, but it's the team's 7th. So now we're talking bonus time for both of these teams. And there's a lot of time left in this game.
First free throw by Gamble is no good. It's actually a 1-and-1 situation. So now a chance for the Blue Jays to take the lead here with a bucket. Ball is loose, picked up by Phipps. And Joe Acosta will settle things down a little bit.
I'd like to see Sean Finley get the hot hand here. He's definitely the shooter that he has proven to be, coming from Carthage. Former CCIW Player of the Year, Sean Finley, has got to become active here tonight.
Here he is, right on cue, hitting the 3. Good job, Gina.
All right, Sean Finley, proving my point, kid. Way to go.
Blue Jays by 2, 48-46. Here's Raritan, guarded by Acosta. Raritan will fire the 3 ball, and he answers. 19 on the night for Raritan as Derek answers the 3 ball of Finley.
Well, Finley definitely wants it back. He wants to re-answer from Raritan, of course, but now the Blue Jays kind of having a lot of opportunity here with some shooters on the outside perimeter, and we'll see if they can get something rolling on offense.
McCurdy here. McCurdy will fire up, only a 2, but he connects. Mike McCurdy with 9.
Long 2-pointer there, Mark.
Yeah, the Blue Jays recapture the lead. Timeout taken by the Cardinals here. 50-49 in favor of the Blue Jays.
Boy, the lead change is just incredible to note in this basketball game, and you can just kind of sense the rivalry. Talked about it a little bit before the game with the coaches, both coaches on this, between these two teams. We'll admit, there is a rivalry. I mean, we're not too far, Naperville and Elmhurst. And here, adding to that rivalry, kind of that fire, Mike McCurdy putting in a long two-pointer. But Mark, just talking about kind of how, you know, just the fact that these two teams are only about 20 minutes away, really, a drive, can kind of automatically create that we want to own this ground right around this area. And that's what you find in the Cardinals and Blue Jays a lot of times. And very likely the reason that these two teams are battling out. And it's 50-49, 1-point advantage here by the Blue Jays.
Let's take another look at the three-pointer by Finley. Got his feet under him, elevates, nothing but net.
What a shooter he is. Sean Finley, a lot of confidence in his shot, and Coach Mark Scheer has a lot of confidence in him. And fortunately for Finley, the first half of the season started out good, but then right before the first CCIW game, Finley tore his MCL, was out for a good chunk of the CCIW games. But he is a player that had a lot of discipline. I saw him every single day working with the trainers, doing a lot of rehab, and not only with the trainers, but head coach Mark Scheer was in the gym a lot with Sean Finley, making sure he stayed in his shooting progress and allowed him to get a lot of shots off and get right back in to the end of this season.
Yeah, an MCL injury, that's a tough injury to recover from, as Campbell breaks free down low. Well, North Central now with the lead, 51-50.
As we expected, Crane is going to be checking in here very shortly. He's going to get back in the game, very likely for Dornfeld, and it's good to have Crane in this lineup down the stretch in this tough battle.
Yeah, if the Blue Jays can hit from the perimeter, that opens things up down on the block. Here's Finley, 8 on the shot clock. Finley drives to the glass, no, but he was fouled. Sean to the line to shoot 2.
Well, couldn't get the friendly roll to roll into the net there, but Sean Finley doing a good job taking it down the left side. Good drive there, taking it up with his right hand.
Yeah, you saw the body contact there by Gillespie. Kevin's third. First trip to the foul line for Sean Finley. He's got 6, couple of three-point field goals, and now he's got a free throw as well.
Steve Crane checking in for Eric Dornfeld. Dornfeld did a good job, not only just kind of substituting in for Steve Crane, but he's kind of made himself just an active member of this team in general.
To break the tie. Blue Jays by 1.
Sean Finley with 7 after that free throw make.
7:45 remaining. Blue Jays by 1, 52-51. Into the game, Tyler Bance, number 4 for the Cardinals, and it goes out of bounds to North Central with 20 on the shot clock. Blue Jays with Phipps, Boyd, Crane, McCurdy, and Finley out there on the court. Raritan cannot get it in, and he calls a timeout here. 7:37 remaining.
Well, just some major miscommunication there by the Cardinal team, and Raritan taking matters into his own hand, going to rally his team after calling a timeout, unable to get the inbounds to anybody on his team, and now both teams able to kind of reset, regroup here with just over 7.5 minutes to play.
30-second timeout taken. I'm sure the Blue Jays did not forget that first meeting between the two teams back on January 26th. I tell you, Gene, it was about like a minute and a half, 2 minutes into that game. North Central was up 9-0, and the Blue Jays really could never recover from that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. A 19-point lead in the opening half. Cruising, of course, to the victory was the North Central College Cardinals, and now looking for revenge. The Blue Jays right in this thing.
All right, Raritan gets it into Gamble. Back quickly to Raritan. Count the bucket and the foul.
Well, taking the timeout and being able to reset obviously worked to the advantage of the Cardinals, as Raritan was able to get the ball in his hands, and three-point play opportunity here.
Zach Boyd went over the back, his third. Raritan completes the three-point play. North Central leads by 2. 22 on the night for Derek Raridan. Here's Fenley trying to break free. He's guarded by Gillespie. Crane to McCurdy. McCurdy, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Tyler Bantz. It's the team's 10th now, so 2 shots coming for Mike McCurdy.
Cardinals playing very tight defense on the Blue Jays, as you can see it after that foul. Just a little over-aggressive. Mike McCurdy now at the line sinking the first shot.
Mike now in double figures with 10.
Opportunity here for McCurdy to tie things all back up again.
Cannot get the free throw to go. Phipps grabs the rebound and fires it off the leg of Burchett. It'll be Blue Jays ball. Heads up play there by the freshman.
Heads up play, absolutely, and that could turn into a very important possession. You've got, right now you got a full shot clock, opportunity to set things up here. Mike McCurdy's gonna kind of control this team, navigate, set something up, and we'll see where it goes.
Up top here, Zach Boyd. Penetrates, pulls up from 12. Front rim, no good. Gamble with the rebound. Almost went out of bounds with it, but got it into Gillespie.
An okay look there by Boyd. Lots of time to set something up, but just short off the front of the rim.
Just under 7 minutes to go. And a whistle and a foul is going to be called here against the Blue Jays. And this will be the team's 8th, so North Central will come to the line here. Steve Crane with the foul. That's Steve's 4th. And that'll bring Gamble to the line.
4 fouls for Crane. Be interesting to see if he will stick it out here. Looks like Dornfeld's going to check in for him. Very likely, just because there is a lot of time left in this game. Steve Crane just 1 away from putting himself completely out of this game, and by no means does Coach Mark Scheer want that to happen, especially with just under 7 minutes to play.
Gamble 4 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. He's got 22 points as well. Oh, check that, he's got 21, and he still has 21. Fenley with the rebound. Cardinals by 2, 55-53. Up top, here's Fenley. McCurdy. Phipps here. He's wide open for a 3 ball. It's no good. Strong rebound by McCurdy. New shot clock for the Blue Jays. Phipps. Dornfeld going to work, and a foul called on Gamble, his 3rd.
Very good conscious effort there by Eric Dornfeld to know where his defender was and know that he was so close to the basket. Take a look here against Gamble. Goes up for the shot, knowing that whether or not he puts it in, very likely that he'll find himself on the line for a couple of free ones.
Shooter's touch for Eric. That free throw gives him 3 points. And now with an opportunity to tie the ball game up. Gold 3 comes back into the game for North Central, along with Tickness.
Joe Acosta checking in after Justin Phipps getting a high five from Coach Mark Scheer after his solid effort there to get the ball back in the hands of the Blue Jays. Phipps will take a breather, and the senior Joe Acosta back in the game for the Blue Jays.
5s are wild on the scoreboard, 55-55. Just over 6 minutes to go. Here's Gamble. Boy, oh boy. 23 now for Landon Gamble. Actually 24 points now for Gamble. 2-point lead for North Central. Here's Fenley, he drives.
Well, Gillespie's goal, and it's very evident right now, is to just stay tight defense on Sean Finley. They know the type of shooter he is, the threat he could be down the stretch of a game, and Gillespie not letting anything come out of the hands of Sean Finley. Any shot opportunity, really, and you're seeing him now take the ball up himself for the Cardinals.
Gillespie after the Boyd miss. As we approach the 5-minute mark of this one. Here's Raridan, guarded by Boyd. Raridan, bounce pass into Gamble. The drive by Tickness. He pulls it up his dribble. Cross-court pass over to Raritan. 7 on the shot clock. Tickness drives, spins in the lane, dishes it off to Gamble, who lays it in with 2 on the shot clock. Boy, good execution as the shot clock winding down for the Cardinals. The lead is now 4. 4:40 remaining. McCurdy on the block against Goldthry. Goes to the reverse and lays it in. A beautiful move down low by Mike McCurdy.
Oh, wow. Very nice move by McCurdy. Derrick Rose-esque right there. Yes. On that last move, kind of the reverse layup that Rose is so famous for, almost his signature move, but Mike McCurdy, the 6-foot junior, making a nice move.
North Central calling a timeout here. 4:29 remaining. Let's take another look at the reverse layup there by Mike McCurdy, who's having a good night tonight.
There he is, taking one left-handed dribble, turning things around, putting a shot up. Nice job there by Mike McCurdy.
12 points on the night. McCurdy is the leading Blue Jay. Steve Crane has 11. Leading the way for the Cardinals of North Central is Landon Gamble with 26. Derek Raritan with 22. Here's Gamble's last bucket, Gina.
Yeah, Landon Gamble. Well, here's Tickness first.
Yeah.
Having Dornfeld just sneak up a little bit on him is leaving Gamble just barely open, and that's enough for Gamble to put one up and put 2 points on the board for his team.
Those 2 points by Gamble, that is his career high. His previous career high was 25 against these Blue Jays back in the first meeting, January 26th, so a new career high by the freshman. Boy, he's had a couple of solid games against the Blue Jays.
Yeah, Landon Gamble, definitely the guy to talk about for this game and the Cardinal team overall. Definitely the main reason why this team has really turned things around the second half of their season. And Gamble knows that after a victory tonight, they're able to solidify that spot in the CCIW tournament. However, the Blue Jays right here too, and would love a win at home here on senior night.
Yeah, need a defensive stop here. 4:20 to go. Gamble down on the block, and he lays it in. 28 now for Gamble. 4-point lead for the Cardinals, 61-57. Pass is stolen by Tickness. They try to get it inside to Crane.
Well, Tickness just kind of, look what I found there after Joe Acosta looking for Steve Crane, just not a high enough pass.
Raritan will pull up. Kind of an off-balance shot. Tickness with the putback, though. Aaron Tickness with 5, and North Central's lead is 6. And a timeout taken. Yeah, I thought he was going to take a timeout here to try to stop this bleeding here. Coach Mark Scher calling a 30-second timeout here. 3:38 remaining as Blue Jays trailing by 6.
Yeah, you mentioned the time, and that is something that will become also a competitor for the Blue Jays right now. Not only do they have Landon Gamble, who, from what we've seen tonight, he has been making the same move all night long, the right-handed layup, just taking it up very easy. We'll take a look at that right now in Landon Gamble. Picking up the rebound, and, well, that was Tickness there on that last replay, but between Tickness and Gamble, they're kind of a 1-2 punch and been doing a good job tonight. It's kind of, if Tickness gets double teamed, finding Gamble open, and that's kind of the play that's been working so far, and Mark Scher's going to talk it over with his guys now.
We mentioned Augustana, the league leaders at 11-1 in conference play. North Central in second place at 9-3. And then there's a three-way battle, Gina, for third and fourth place. Illinois Wesleyan, Wheaton, and Carthage are all 7-5 in the CCIW. Carthage is at North Park tonight, and Wheaton is at Milliken. So a couple of key ball games in the CCIW tonight.
Well, this one definitely being one that the rivalry is coming out in these two teams. Tough CCIW conference. It's very tough to be successful. We've seen Augustana just take the reins on that top spot, but North Central coming right behind them, sitting in that second spot here in the tournament.
Big possession here for the Blue Jays. Still plenty of time. 3:38 remaining, but you're trailing by 6. Here's Fenley holding up top. Popping out is Zach Boyd. McCurdy holding. Fenley working around a Boyd screen. Now gives it back to McCurdy. 15 on the shot clock. Fenley still looking. Blue Jays look out of rhythm here. 6 on the shot clock.
Well, once that play didn't work, they kind of seem out of sorts.
Yes, Fenley fires up a 3-ball. It's no good. But Zach Boyd gets it back. Dishes out to McCurdy. A wide open 3. No good, and it goes out of bounds to North Central off the hands of Sean Fenley. Well, McCurdy had an open look, Gina.
He certainly did, and that could have been a huge shot for the Blue Jays, but you said it. They looked out of sorts.
Yeah.
You could tell Mark Scheer set up that play designed strictly for Sean Fenley, and after the Zach Boyd pick was unsuccessful, they kind of just didn't know what to do with it from there. McCurdy getting an open look, unfortunately not dropping for him now. It's got to be all on the defense on this possession.
Turning to crunch time here, 2:40 remaining, need a stop. Evans out top. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Gamble from behind the arc. Tickness picks up his dribble. Gillespie fires the outside shot. No good. Air ball and a shot clock violation. Wave off that bucket by Evans, as the outside shot by Gillespie did not hit any iron, so it's a shot clock violation. And now we've got, well, what's going on here? Did they, I thought the official may have teed up. A technical foul is going to be called against North Central. Wow, look at, you see Todd Raritan, he's wondering what's going on. You see Jack Burchett is sitting down on the floor at the end of the bench. He may have done something.
I see. That could have been a player.
Yeah, because I thought I read the lip of the official saying something about the player, and we see Jack Burchett is sitting on the floor at the end of the bench. Wow. So Sean Fenley hits the technical. He'll have one more. Let's take another look. Here's Gillespie hitting the outside, or attempting. There is no, does not hit the rim, so it is a shot clock violation. That was a good call. Fenley hits the 2 technicals, and it's a 4-point game, and the Blue Jays will have the ball.
Just like that, which is kind of something that's rare in a ball game anymore. 2 technicals, not just 1. I mean, you could talk about the 1, but when there's 2, and whether or not it was called because of, you know, the player or the coach, that's still 2 free shots right there that Sean Fenley sinks. Now they're within 4, and they've got the ball in their hands.
Yeah, that was huge. Inside the Crane, his turnaround, oh, a little bit short. Tickness with the rebound. That was a huge miss.
Boy, he just seemed like he was unaware as to exactly where he was under the basket and just short of putting that layup in for 2.
Raritan guarded by Zach Boyd. Boyd falls down. Tickness inside to Gamble, and he lays it in. Gamble now with 30. The lead is back up to 6.
That Gamble move, I just feel like we have seen all night long. So repetitive.
Yeah, we saw that back at North Central too. Crane down low and puts it in, and a timeout taken here by Coach Mark Scheer. With 1:38 remaining, 65-61. He's getting the shooter back in, James Robertson. What a ball game.
Yeah, Robertson's going to get active and try to add to the excitement in this ball game. Just under 2 minutes to play here. We'll take a look here at what Steve Crane did underneath the basket. Sean Fenley. Nice rainbow pass into the hands of Steve Crane, and Crane puts it up on the left side for 2.
Landon Gamble, 20 of his 30 points coming here in this second half. It's been all Landon Gamble here tonight. Gamble, the freshman out of Joliet, went to LT. As we take a look at Gamble's last bucket, how many of these have we seen, Gina?
Yeah, it's like just kind of the reoccurring event, the Gamble move right there. No doubt about it that that is his go-to move on the right side of the floor, and easy 2-point layups. And I mean, just talking about his point total in general, he's sitting at 30 points right now tonight, Mark, and that's That's a very impressive point total, especially in such a big game like tonight's.
Meanwhile, for Elmhurst, 10 different Blue Jays in the scoring column. 13 for Steve Crane, 12 for Mike McCurdy, and 10 for Sean Fenley. All right, so Raritan will inbound it here for the Cardinals. Pressure in the backcourt by the Blue Jays. They get it into Gillespie. 1:35 remaining. Evans jogs it across the timeline, guarded by Robertson. 20 on the shot clock. Cardinals running some clock here. Evans behind the back dribble, keeps his dribble. Now gives it up to Raritan. 10 on the shot clock. Raritan wide open from 18, book it.
There's the coach's kid adding to his point total. He's at 24 tonight. Raritan, a good effort in tonight's ball game.
6-point lead, under a minute. McCurdy has it blocked by Gamble, but a foul. Or they're calling a held ball. Yeah, held ball, possession arrow to the Blue Jays.
Well, luckily it'll stay in the hands of the Blue Jays after that jump ball call. McCurdy looking for a good inbounds play here. Here's the call. McCurdy getting caught up with Gamble.
Yeah, pretty good call. Gamble got all ball. 56 seconds remaining. 2-possession game here. 6-point lead, 67-61.
They're likely to keep James Robertson active, I think, on this possession.
Phipps giving it to Robertson. He'll fire up the three. Nothing but net for Robertson. Robertson brings Elmhurst to within 3.
Hey, the play was designed for James Robertson. That's why he's in the game. And him and Sean Fenley, man, I have some sort of a connection. I'm like calling him out.
No need to foul here, and timeout taken by Todd Raritan and the Cardinals here. You've just joined us. First of all, where have you been? You're missing a good game here.
Very good point, Elmhurst. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Our kind of town, and what you're seeing tonight is pretty much the epitome of college basketball here in your own hometown, Division III athletics, a collegiate sport.
Let's take another look at the 3-ball by James Robertson, set up nicely by Phipps.
Oh, wow. Even on the move, Robertson smooth. As you see the clock, we're just under a minute here.
And now, Gina, there's 42 seconds remaining on the game clock and 25 seconds on the shot clock. You're down 1 possession. There really is no need to foul here. Just play tough defense and get the ball back.
Well, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. At this point in time, you're down by 3. A foul guarantees at least 2 shots because, you know, both teams are going to be in the double bonus after the next foul committed. So that's something you definitely want to avoid.
Right.
And just kind of work on the defense that's been working throughout the game. And we'll see how it turns out. It's been exciting.
The Blue Jays, unfortunately, are out of timeouts. So they're going to have to just play tough defense, somehow get the ball back, and hopefully, perhaps with a game-tying 3 to hopefully send this one into overtime. But first things first, you need a defensive stop, without a doubt.
Absolutely. I'm surprised to not see Fenley in the lineup right now, but kind of disregarding that, you've got Boyd, McCurdy, and Robertson, excellent outside shooters. Steve Crane is a good outside shooter, but some inside work here with Crane and Phipps.
Yep.
Could be something after a big stop that this Blue Jay team could use.
Here's Evans. Head up. Evans taking it all the way. Lays it too hard. Crane comes down with it for the Blue Jays. Again, Elmhurst out of timeouts. Shot clock turned off. Game clock at 24. Robertson from the free throw line. Way short. Phipps shot is blocked. Loose ball. And it goes out of bounds to who? Oh, they're giving it to North Central. They say it was deflected off of a Blue Jay player. 14 seconds remaining. Gold 3 comes into the game for the Cardinals. A good free throw shooter, a good ball handler. Oh, my.
Wow.
Well, Robertson had a pretty good look from around 15. As you see, who does it? Well, maybe it was Phipps there,
yeah.
but they get it in, and Evans is fouled immediately by Robertson.
Just kind of got to trust the judgment there of the referee. And after seeing that replay, what was likely a good call,
yeah,
Justin
you could see
Phipps.
it. Yeah, touching the ball last. Good job, guys.
Got a piece of it there, and man, something that could have gone either way. Of course, the fans were trying to get the referee to point the opposite direction. However, the Cardinals getting possession and the Blue Jays committing a foul.
Well, Evans missed the first free throw. Leaves the door open just a little bit here.
Yes, the door is indeed still open. Sean Finley checking in, your shooter.
Still a one-possession deal here. Evans will have one more free throw. 67 to 64. This to make it a two-possession game here. Oh, he makes it. 68-64. Need a quick bucket here.
Yeah, just a bucket is exactly what you need, not necessarily needing to throw up a three-pointer, but will.
McCurdy's three is short. Zach Boyd tried to get it. Tickness gets it to Raritan. 3 seconds to go. Raritan will dribble this one out, and that will do it. Ball game over.
Wow, kind of an interesting turn of events there at the end of this game, though it was an interesting ball game, very entertaining, a lot of action all throughout. A close game, Mark, between these two competitive teams tonight.
The Cardinals of North Central come away with a 4-point victory, 68 to 64. Yeah, you're right, Gene. It was a hard-fought game tonight. Both teams played their hearts out, no question about it. But the Blue Jays, unfortunately, fall a little bit short. The losing streak is now at 7, as Elmhurst falls to 7-16 overall, 2-10 in the CCIW. North Central now 14-10 and 10-3 in conference play. The Cardinals have now won 6 of their last 7 and 10 of their last 12 ball games. So we'll take a timeout and come back to R.A. Fagnall Hall. We'll wrap this one up. Elmhurst, our kind of town, Blue Jay basketball.
Gina Vanier here in Elmhurst after the tough loss, Coach, against the North Central College Cardinals. But you guys had a great game, just a 4-point deficit there at the end. Got to be pleased with the effort tonight, Coach.
I am, Gina, but man, we've taken a lot of tough losses this year, but I'm very proud of the progress we've made as a basketball team. I thought we had them tonight. We just left too many points at the free throw line, shooting barely over 50%.
Talk about Landon Gamble, the guy that just kind of beat you down the stretch. He dominated in tonight's game, and he was tough to tame.
Yes, he was. They did a good job reversing the ball, and he sealed well, and we just couldn't get him stopped. So hopefully we can do better in the future. But we did make a lot of progress and had a great chance to win the game.
Well, though you didn't exactly come out on a positive note tonight with senior night, talk about the contributions with your 4 senior guys and kind of their dedication to the program.
Well, Sean Fendley just came to us this year, and we're really pleased to have him. He gave us a boost with his three-point shooting and really fit in well. And it was great to provide an opportunity for a York High School guy, an Elmhurst guy. And so I'm very proud of Sean. You know, Joe Acosta and Aaron Schroeder and Eric Ellingson, our 4th-year seniors. All of them have invested so much in our program. I'm so proud of them, and I appreciate everything they've done. You know, I told them before the game, you know, you've got a lifelong friend and supporter in me, and I really mean that.
Thanks, Coach. It means a lot to us that you've chatted with us. Thanks again.
Thanks, Gina.
Well, we'll bring in Mark, and we appreciate everybody listening and watching tonight's game. It was a good one, very entertaining, and we had fun. Although the Blue Jays didn't come out on top, it was definitely a good game.
Yeah, it was great to hear Coach share, you know, his Blue Jays battle, just like they did Saturday in North Park, taking it to overtime. They battled once again here, and he made a great point, Gina. Here at home, they've had so many close ball games, losing, coming up on the short end, but to the 4 seniors, a great season, and we wish them all the best.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Elmhurst, our kind of town, for tuning in with us tonight. For Mark, I'm Gina Vanier. Thanks a lot.